Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome everyone. It's good to see everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. Um, it's been a busy few weeks. There's a lot in the news. Also check out the description below, and if there's anything that you're interested in, yeah, click onto it. I have a lot of things below that you may be interested in. But and affiliates and stuff. So, all right, we want to get into these mass shootings. All right. I don't have TikTok and IG on right now. I did a TikTok earlier on some other things that I'm working on, but I haven't did an IG yet. But I'm gonna get on IG probably later on today and probably hash out some things. And you know how it is. It's really random with me, but I really want to talk about these mass shootings just because it's a topic I haven't talked about. And it is in the news and it is relevant. Uh I kind of like to talk about things kind of a little bit after after things die down, because when you're in the middle of when you're in the middle of the while the news is happening, a lot of times there's a lot of feelings involved and everything. You miss a lot of good conversation sometimes, I feel, because during it's a lot of sensitivity. There's a lot of things you have to be sensitive about when you're talking about these subjects. We're talking about mass killings, people losing lives, children losing lives, um senseless murders. You don't want to just be, you know uh you just don't want to be insensitive when you talk about these subjects. So I try very hard to be very sensitive about the subjects that I talk about, because my intent is never to disrespect or to hurt or any of that. I just want to really talk about things and really talk about real issues that are happening around us. And there's so many different aspects we can go into as far as talking about these mass shootings and why they occur, and the people they're happening to, the people that these uh uh situations are happening to. Yeah, let's get into it. So, um we first had the first incident we had was happened at Tops in Buffalo, New York, and that one was racially motivated. We know that a handful of people lost their lives in that situation. There were a few injured, but and my heart goes out to the families of those people um, that eh, that happened to. And it's so sad. It really is so sad that people actually had to lose their lives just doing what they do every day, shopping and minding their own business. And my heart really goes out to those families. um and then after that, we have an incident in Texas at an elementary school where another mass shooter, he actually first he kills his own grandmother first, and then he goes to a elementary school and shoots up. And I'm not sure if it was 14 to 18, a certain amount of people that passed. I don't try to say numbers a lot of times, because I don't want to get things wrong and give out bad information, because that's never my intent. But uh at yeah, a lot of children were hit, and that was really sad. And again, my heart goes to these families that lost their children, that lost their loved ones. Um, it's just sad. It's sad nowhere, no matter how you look at it. It's just a horrible thing to watch, to hear about, and for the families, it's a horrible thing to go through, to have to bury your child. There's a saying that a parent should never have to bury their child. Your child is supposed to bury the parent. And It's just sad when you have these innocent children, and then on the other hand, in New York, you have these innocent just people just living their life, and all of a sudden their life is stolen from them and taken from them. And it just makes you wonder what is going on in the minds of these people who just wake up and decide to shoot and to kill people. It makes you wonder, what is it about the United States? What is it about white culture that is producing these types of people? And I know the guy in in Texas was actually, I think he was Hispanic or something. He looked Hispanic, at least in the picture that I saw. I think he had a Hispanic name. I can't remember his name. I don't really try to keep these names in my head, because you know what? Every week is something. Every other week is something new, and and to keep track of all these names, and it can become too much. But um there is something that we need to discuss about what is it about the United States, what is it about white culture that produces these mass murderers. And even though the guy in Texas wasn't necessarily white, but we've had plenty of school shootings before, you know, even since I was a child. I remember, what was that? When I was a kid, there was what, the Colorado mass something. And it's been so many school shootings since then. um there's been a lot of school shootings since I was a kid. And it makes me wonder, what is it about America that's producing these types of people, you know because, okay, I'll say this, in the African American culture, in America, we know why we have killings. We understand where our killings are coming from. It always stems from drugs, jealousy, and poverty. Really, jealousy comes out of poverty. So really, jealousy is really a byproduct. Um, but it usually comes because of poverty and the poverty mindset. And because naturally, if you really look at black people in Africa, and it, w- when you take away colonialism, and you take away slavery, and you take away racism out of, if you take all that stuff out the way, black people, and you take poverty out the equation, black people are really mostly peaceful people all over the world. If you really think about it, we don't engage in wars. Black people haven't been known to provoke wars, just for, unless they're protecting their own. But you don't really hear a lot about black people uh uh engaging into that kind of stuff. And most of the times when they do engage into that kind of activity, is normally provoked. Is normally provoked. And we do have our mental cases too. Every culture has their mental cases. But overall, we don't produce a whole lot of people who are killing mass or doing mass killings, other than the street life. And we know, okay, there's a problem there. There is a issue there too. But that stems from poverty, and that stems from a mindset that's been a cycle of mindsets, and we understand where that comes from. But with white culture, it's really I don't want to say it's hard to pinpoint, but it's something that needs to be talked about. It's definitely something that needs to be talked about, uh, because it's something that I feel that um, white America needs to have that conversation with white Americans. That's a conversation that white Americans need to have among themselves. Uh, as far as why are they producing these types of people? What is it about white America that makes these that they have the most serial killers. Let's be honest. Most of the people, that's doing those kind of killings come from uh come from white America. And we're not even talking about white people all over the world. We're just talking about white America. And there's something within that culture that's producing that. And uh I think that's a conversation that needs to be had. And I wonder what you guys think. I wonder what you guys think because this this is something we can't we can legislate guns, we can legislate, this and that and the other, but you can't really legislate what's going on in somebody's mind. You can't really make rules and make laws that you can't. In order to make those kind of laws, you have to take away people's freedom. You got to take away people's freedom of speech. You got to take away people's freedom of protecting themselves. You know, uh, in my, I've heard people say that they feel that they need to legislate these guns a little harder, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because I don't know if you create a law that any law that you create, anytime you create a law, you're going to have people obey the law. So you can make a law all day, but the problem is you can't you can't make people who don't obey the law. The only thing you can do is make harsher punishments. I mean, and there's a problem. The problem I think with the United States is we can make harsh punishments. We can even bring back what do you call it, the death penalty, capital punishment, and all that kind of things. But the problem with that is when those laws are executed, when it's time to uh, execute those laws and punish people, a lot of times we punish the wrong people, you know, and innocent people get punished. And I think that's a problem here in America. We can create laws, we can create harsh laws, but when it's time for those laws to be implemented, then a lot of times people get off. People get off. They get a good lawyer and they get off, or the jury, they find some kind of loophole. It's always some kind of loophole. So yeah, I would love to hear what you have to say about this. Please, join in on the comments in the comment section and tell me what you think. And please like, share, subscribe, and also hit the bell below so you can get some more information and let me know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, because I want to talk about the things that you want to talk about. I want to give you what you want to hear. So thank you and have a good day and God bless and be easy.